My generation's got a lot of issues. We have issues because every generation does, right? I mean, we're growing up in a time where TikTok is just this booming thing. We have a lot of things going on with our mental health, with our relationships, with the way our world and society works, how we get distracted. And I'm here to really break down some of those because I know our generation has a lot of potential and a lot of things we can do. We don't do them and act on them, either because we don't believe in ourselves, we don't give ourselves enough credit, or because we don't even want to put in the time to do so. One of the biggest issues we have in our generation, no fault of our own, just the fault of the way social media sets us up, we compare ourselves to everything. I do it all the time, and this is including me. This is including me as well. We as Generation Z compare ourselves, right? We see something on Instagram or on TikTok or on Twitter, Facebook, whatever it may be, and we see someone else living a life that we think we should be living, that we think we should have all these experiences and all these great, amazing times in, not recognizing that that's not meant for us right now, in this current moment. It is okay. Back to myself, back to Isaiah. To you, it is okay to, and I'm speaking to myself for this as well, it is okay to not have to live this expectation of a life. It is okay to not fall into hustle culture. Simply being the idea that you have to work all the time for your dreams, and if you're not, you're going to fail, you're going to not succeed, or you're not going to get into the place that you want to be, because you can get burnt out easily from that. You know, the way our school system, I can talk about this for hours, the way our school system is set up right now. A, you succeed. B, you're a failure, and everything else drop out. That seems, people are getting 90s on tests and thinking they're failures. And I make a 90 and I celebrate because I'm celebrating where I'm at. You know, I'd make an 85 on a test, and some people would ask me, how in the world are you happy with that? Because I got other things to do. Because I got to work on me and make sure I'm satisfied mentally. Because I have other projects I'm working on. Because I'm trying to fight, not cram everything and wrestle to get to the top of the caterpillar pillar, which is something I've learned, and which is simply a bunch of caterpillars all climbing to the top of one pillar, all to realize that when they get to the top, the rest of the world is just a bunch of other pillars you're trying to climb up. And that's the idea of life. Why not go in your cocoon to yourself and become a beautiful butterfly and fly across the caterpillar pillar? However, we feel the need to, if we see someone on a beach trip or going skydiving or doing this, that, and the third in this beautiful location, and we're sitting down in our room, we feel as if our life isn't accurate or good enough to be documented. And the issue with that is, what you're saying is that you and that other person had the same life. Did you? Did you have the same parents? Were you growing up in the same home? Did you have the same lifestyle? Did this traumatic thing happen to them at the same time as it happened to you? Do you have their money, their time, their energy? Do they have your money, your time, your energy? Reverse those roles. And really dive internally to why you compare yourself. Because we do it because of this need to live a life that is perfect and to live a life that is beautiful before time runs out. And time is running out. We can't escape from that. However, everyone says life is short, but life is so long. Life is so long. It's so long. You have so much time to do the things you want. If they stop killing black people, and they stop Asian hate, which is another thing. No, but this is the world we're living in. You know, where we simply, all of us, have to stop this need to be living someone else's life, because your life is amazing. Even if you're going through a hardship right now. I've been through so much, and what I've learned through those things is that how in the world do you know you have a light until you've been in darkness. A flashlight does not shine the same in a dark room that it does when the sun is out. That's the biggest light in the universe, the sun, and your tiny flashlight? How do you know that you have something to give? Until you've been in darkness. Through that darkness, you find what it is that you can give to our society. So in your comparison, throw that away and say, what is the life I'm living? And maybe potentially they can motivate you. If you look at someone else's life and you say, wow, they're living a great life. I'm not going to compare myself and shame myself for not having what they have. However, I would let that inspire me. Am I living my greatest life? Am I truly giving myself to the people I love? Am I truly giving myself to myself? Am I doing that? That is the way we should be living. We want to fight for so much in this generation. However, our attention span is sad. It's quite frankly sad. And either I'm missing something, or that something just isn't happening. Either I'm not on the right Twitter thread or Reddit post, or I have no idea. We sit here and we fight for all these things. You know, stop Asian hate, Black Lives Matter, women's rights, LGBTQ rights, etc. And then they kind of stop. And I'm left here thinking, our lives aren't your 15 days of protesting. Our lives aren't your 15 minutes of tweeting and caring. Our lives are longer than that. Our lives are lives. People's right to live and people's right to give and people's right to receive, whatever it may be in life, is important. And this is a generation, the leading generation, based off the statistics that it's showing, how much we're going to change the world. Oh my God, how much we're going to do. However, if we don't get our stuff together over time and really decipher and decide we're going to fight for this, and we're going to fight we're going to fight for it until it goes out of the trends. We're going to fight for it until we get lazy. We're going to fight for it and fight for it and fight for it till our death, until something gets done. No more can we fight for something and then when no one else is fighting for it, we stop and retreat. We may have to come back in and huddle, regroup, decide what we're doing, and still go back on the battlefield. Right now, I don't see us huddling, and I don't see us going out guns a-blazing. So when it comes to our activism and what we're fighting for, we got to manage that a little bit better. I was raised, I had to grow up quickly, I had to mature quickly, I had to gain the wisdom that I have right now through experience. So I don't know if it's just people who are my age, who are 18, 19, 20, 17, 16 years old, who complain about unimportant, nonsensical problems, or if that's just everyone. You know, our lives are so much more than these small things we complain about. I do it too. And I'm trying to work on that. The small things that we complain about, the very minuscule things that we complain about, that when we look back on our future, we'll think, oh my God, I was complaining about that. I was upset about that small, minuscule thing that really has nothing to do with me or my time or my worth or what I'm trying to add to this society. Is it really that important? Are the small, minuscule things that we actually pour our time into really that important? I'm not sure they are. This next one, relationships. Generation Z, relationships. Here's a big problem, right? You should not be getting in a relationship if you don't love yourself. Here's the reason. I'm going to explain right now. It is so easy to give yourself to someone else because you don't want to give yourself to yourself. It's so easy. If You need to fill things in your life. You are a cup. Fill yourself up with love, compassion, joy, your career choice, the things that fill you up as a human being, the things that really pour into you, your artistry, your personal projects you're working on, the food that you eat, whatever it is. Fill that up 70 to 80%, because we're never going to be at 100. And when someone along comes in your life, let them take up the other 20%. Let them take up the other 10% or 5%. Not of your time, more so of you, because this is what happens. When they leave, you still have 80%. You still have your self-love, your self-happiness, your self-joy. Too many people have nothing in their cup to start. Nothing. And when they feel that, they let that other person fill them up 100%. You make me so happy. You are my happiness. You are where my joy stems from. And when they leave, you got nothing but an empty cup left and glass that's about to be shattered all over the floor. This is the issue. You know, when it comes to Generation Z and our relationships that we get into. Because, especially at this age, and it is okay to be heartbroken. It is okay. Don't be heartbroken to the fact where you can't live without this person. You can't live without them. That is an issue. When you have given 100%, everything, you threw away your time, your dreams, your manifestations, your chi, your aura to them, and they took it all and ran with it. And now you have nothing. Start with the small things. When you wake up in the morning saying, what's going to supply me with the energy I need? A smoothie? Let me go get a smoothie. Oh, I really like smoothies. 5%. What are the things I love doing? Oh, I really love, I love film and cinema. I think I'm going to go to school for film and cinema. 15%. Who do I love? I love my parents. 20%. And it keeps adding up. Fill it up with the things you love, the people who love you, the things that supply you, the earth, the ground, the very soil we live on. We can no longer allow these minuscule things in our lives to run us and to take control of us. Our generation has flaws because we're so young. They say that people who were born in 1995 to 2012 are Generation Z. Wow. You know, so looking at this generation, we have so much to supply, yet not enough energy, willpower, and power to supply it yet. We can get the word around quickly, but does the word settle in with us? You know, someone makes a post on Instagram, let's say, about Black Lives Matter or Stop Asian Hate or women's rights, right? And it's one of those posts that has all of the beautiful aesthetic and words over that you swipe across. And there's a message that's going out to people. But is that message truly sinking in? Is it? Just ask yourself. I'm sending this out to people, letting them know to stop Asian hate. But me internally, am I stopping it within myself? Am I getting rid of these ignorant ideas within myself? Am I getting rid of these ignorant ideas within my parents, within my friends, within my extended family? You understand? Is that happening within us and internally? And I fear that it's not. I see so much of many of these things happening where we've allowed social media and the media and teen TV, I'm going to talk about that as well, teen TV, to rule what we are, to rule who we are, to rule the things that we stand for. And when 60-year-old white men who are writing these TV shows, who think they know what Generation G wants, writes a sex scene, or maybe 3 or 4, in every single episode of a TV show, that not only informs your mind, but it informs their mind of what they think we want. We're smarter than you think we are. We are doing our research. We're the most diverse, unique generation. We truly are. So let's act like it, you understand? Let's truly act like it. Generation Z, this is out to you. This is out to you. This is a message to you. This is a simple message to Generation Z. Because I actually believe that we can do some good. I truly believe that. I actually think we can do some good. I think that we can truly do a lot. But we get distracted. A lot of this is distractions. We're on this path, down this beautiful journey for the things that we want to do, and then we take a detour. Because of what TikTok or Instagram said we should do, or because what the media depicts us as. You know, when March for Our Lives happened, that was a big thing, sparked by us. And we have the ability to do that. All it takes is one person with a voice and a power to do so. Generation Z, as my African dance teacher always said, we should never underestimate the power of our presence. Because our presence is a present.